Hi, I'm Kirsten Goodwin and I'm a career and executive coach. Branding is not just for businesses. In this social media world, we all have a personal brand too, whether we like it or not. The worst thing we can do is leave this to chance, to let it be created by default. Instead, we need to take ownership of our brand and take action to define it as we would like it to be. This video sets out 4 perspectives to consider when defining your personal brand. Number 1, consider your industry and your workplace. A barrister I heard speak recently said that it took her years to confess to having children. Such a thing was considered a hindrance to a successful career at the bar at that time and was best not mentioned. But if you sell children's clothes, having children is an advantage to your work. When I worked at the National Crime Agency, I had a reputation for being tough. As a much younger woman with no background in the world of law enforcement, this was not only helpful, but crucial. I needed that reputation to get seen and heard. So the first step to consider is your particular industry and your particular workplace. What kind of a reputation do the senior people that you respect have? What kind of reputation will help you progress? Clarify this to yourself and write it down. Number 2, consider how someone with that reputation would act. If you want a reputation for being decisive, you can't take 3 days to answer an email asking for a simple decision. If you want a reputation for being a good manager, you need to behave like one. Care about your staff, make sure you set them effective goals, listen to their feedback, help them progress. You can't just say, I want to be seen as X. You become seen as X because of the things you do. So, what are those things? Number 3, consider your personal skills. What are you good at? Which skills do you have that you think will help propel you forward in your career? These should be the foundation of your reputation. It is much better to have a reputation for the things we are good at than for the things we are bad at. And it is easy to achieve. If you are good at something, keep doing it. Get better at it. Take every opportunity to demonstrate your ability. Having a reputation for being excellent at something can only enhance your career. Once you have done this thinking, you will have 3 different perspectives on the personal brand you might want to have, from what works in your industry or organisation, from how you behave daily, and from your personal skill set. Add these together and use them to define a work you. In marketing, they talk about an ideal customer avatar, and you can use the same process to define your ideal work reputation. I am so-and-so, and I want to be known as X because this is considered important in the industry I am in, and I am good at it. What that means is on a daily basis is that I do Y. Be granular. Break it down so that your behaviours that will support the creation of this reputation are clear. And then finally, consider the authentic you. Does the person you've defined feel like you? Does it fit with your personal values? You will never be able to create a reputation successfully if it doesn't fit with you at all. It can reflect a particular aspect of you, it can become a particular work side of your personality, but it still needs to sit comfortably. And that's where your authenticity can shine through. And all that's left to be done after that, put this into practice and reap the rewards. Consistency will be the key. As Warren Buffett said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. One final consideration, there can be an advantage to standing out. I became well known in the National Crime Agency because I was different. I was one of very few women at my grade. I wore black dresses rather than suits. I drank wine rather than pints, and I didn't attempt to look like a typical law enforcement officer. But I did embody the important characteristics for success in that organisation. I took tough decisions. I wasn't intimidated by anyone, and I worked hard to make a difference. So I stood out, but I also fitted in. So don't be afraid to experiment and to be different, as long as it is in a way that is ultimately helpful to your reputation. Good luck, and see you in another video.